This is the Cats and Pudding Podcast. A melting pot of pudding. And now, here's Jen.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Cats and Pudding. And today, I have like two special people here. First of all, I have my Rossella as my beautiful co-host today. I'm so happy she's here. And she is, everybody knows, cooking with Nona. She makes the best chicken cutlets, so she says, but we don't know. We're going to have a cook-off
I do,
soon.
I'm not lying.
Yeah, no, we have to have a cook-off, me, you, and Pina.
Whatever you want.
And we have a lovely guest today, Miss Beautiful Jennifer Fessler.
Hi, you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
So glad that you're here.
I'm so glad that I'm here.
I'm happy
These
that you came out
beautiful
to see
ladies.
us. Oh, you're so pretty, too.
Oh, you're so pretty.
You have such a great
Let's just tell
voice.
each other how pretty we are.
Do you work in, do you ever do any like voiceover, like voice acting?
No, but I grew up in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I was 9 when I moved there. I ended up graduating from University of Texas, but my parents are both Brooklyn Jews. and so I was back and forth. My parents were divorced. And I think for some reason I never got any kind of specific accent. Maybe it was the mix of them both. So sometimes people tell me that because I don't really have a New York accent. Or New Jersey, and I don't really have a Southern accent. I don't know.
You have but you do have like that voice that
Really?
you want to listen to.
I don't want to listen to it when you listen to your own voice. It's
And I'm
like
sure your kids don't want to
cringy.
listen to it either, too,
Don't
right?
start. No, I don't want to listen to their voice.
They say that the accent of North America is really like Pacific Northwest.
Really?
Yeah, they have like the least accent.
I've never heard
They're
that.
the least accenty people.
Interesting.
They sound like
very
movie.
accenty.
They sound like movie people, like made up people. That's
Yeah,
what they
yeah.
sound. It was Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
Like in LA too, the same thing. They don't sound real. They sound like made up characters when they talk. There's no like oomph to their voice. They're like very vanilla.
There's no flavor.
You know, there's no flavor.
No flavor.
No flavor.
Maybe I'll go into voiceovers. I need a job.
So tell us what's going on. What's going on in your Real Housewives world?
I mean, obviously, or not obviously, I don't know if everybody watches The Housewives, but The Housewives of New Jersey, the show that I was on for 2 seasons, is now on pause. And I don't know. And everyone always asks me, like, what's the story? When is it coming back? I don't know. And it is so annoying. And no, it is. It's like so frustrating. And listen, I've been very fortunate. Since the show wrapped, I have some other gigs, which is like, I feel very lucky about that. I have, I ended up getting 2 different podcasts on iHeart, and I got this gig with the American Dream Mall, the Avenue. Do you guys know it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You do it in Rutherford? So I got a call one day from the general manager
I love your posts, by the way. They're so cute.
do?
No,
Thank
I
you.
do. And I love the way you dress.
You
like,
do?
I really do. Like,
Thank
I
you.
love the whole glam thing, too, but I also like to dress like cutesy.
So I'm just now, and sometimes I dress too young for my age.
And I think it's really sexy still.
You do? I like
do.
now I'm in like a mode where everything should be big. Mm-hmm. Everything should be comfortable. I actually, when I was 50, I started a business, a shoe line, and they're comfort heels, made in Spain, though beautiful, for women that can't walk in heels anymore, like me at 50.
Me
I just
too.
can't
I
do
never
it.
could walk in heels.
I can't.
I look
I
like a
can't bear
T-Rex
it.
when I walk in heels.
So do
it's
I.
so terrible.
And I walk like one.
No, it's really
unbearable.
bad.
And I
It's
just don't give a
horrible.
shit anymore. Am I allowed to curse?
Yeah, you can say whatever the fuck you want. Yeah.
Fucking fabulous. Love that. So whatever. So I started this business, but now I can't even wear my own shoes. I'm like, I only want to wear sneakers, flats, maybe a kitten heel.
Yeah.
I'm done. And I want to dress in like baggy clothes. My daughter is like, I'm literally going into her closet, which she is like, you are so embarrassing. Like, you are not 22.
You look great. You look
I
like
think
you
you look
own a
great.
Hamptons
I tried a little
house.
today. Really?
Yeah.
Thank
you.
You look expensive.
Thank
You do.
So do you, and so do you.
Thank you.
And I can't.
Yes.
I don't think I can really even see you on
Jersey?
Jersey. now.
Yeah.
So I hate to say that that's a compliment, but I do take it as one.
You're more like New York housewife.
Yeah.
But like OG
Yeah.
New York
Right.
housewife.
I do.
Yes.
Okay, so I do get that.
Yeah. I could see that.
A lot. And it is, for me, it's like a big compliment. Like, if you ask me, like, where I see myself, ideally, if I had to pick one franchise, well, Beverly Hills, but I'll never have that kind of money. But like, if you asked me to like pick one franchise, it would have been.
But do they all really
New York
have that kind of
OGs.
money, though?
Fair enough.
Right? Come on.
Does
Fair enough.
anyone?
Does
anyone?
I think
kinda-
like you strike like. Do you hang out with Bethany? Like I feel like you would.
No,
Okay,
I don't.
all right.
She
Not a
just
fan.
irritates me, her
Not
voice.
a fan. Do you like her?
I don't
People
know. I have
love
not
her.
had the pleasure
Yes.
of meeting. I don't know her, but
Yeah.
like just in a vibe kind of way.
No,
But
I'm not. I am
you
not.
You
a
know the tea. I
Bethany
don't know
fan.
the tea.
Yeah.
But I don't even know the tea. I just
No,
what
me
I know
neither.
of her
Well,
is just
what tea
so
can I do?
narcissistic and
I hate
she's not
people
for
like
me.
that.
Me too.
I just, you know what it is? I see her, she's up a lot in social media. And that sometimes, like, obviously, if you're scrolling, you see people up and they come up.
Correct.
And her voice irritates the shit out of me.
me
I'm
too.
like, oh,
The only thing I
oh,
can
when
say
see
that
it, it's
I
so
like-
irritating.
Me too, and just the whole full of herself. She can't stop talking about
my
herself.
God.
And
I hate people.
Not for me.
I
No.
get it, but the only thing I will say that I think is very positive about what she did with Housewives is like she was really the only one who managed to alchemize being on the show
Yes.
and
Good
monetize
word.
it in a different
Really
way.
Would you look that up today?
I'm a
putting
fucking
that on my-
writer.
Dude,
you
so
know,
good.
like,
Yeah.
There's also that. But
Great
like,
word.
you know,
Yes.
we talk in this accent, Jen. We
love
don't
it,
think
but
in
we-
the accent.
That's right.
Love
See,
that.
Isn't that
But
good?
you know,
we say
because
that all the time.
The problem with the Housewives is it's this aspirational lifestyle. But what do you aspire? Like these people are all in debt.
Honey, you're talking. You're singing to
Yes.
the choir.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell
with
you.
money actually lives this way.
Okay,
Right.
so that's what's so like.
Yeah.
It's funny because I heard
Most
Bethany.
people with money do not flash. They
What
don't
is it?
flash.
Money. Wait. Wealth whispers. Money screams. Wealth whispers.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
Is that
yes.
the saying?
Wealth whispers. money
So
screams.
yeah, and
Yup.
Bethany said something recently. She was putting down whatever the New York Housewives and the Jersey Housewives, and she said people go on Housewives because they're broke, and once they make the money, they go off Housewives. And I'm like, I don't really think that is necessarily
Right.
true. Sometimes maybe, but I also think there's more to it than making money, and I don't think that many people do make that much money unless
Right.
you've been on it for years and years and years. But I mean, I'm so grateful for Housewives. It didn't pay the mortgage, you
Right.
know. And listen, but I've gotten like these.
But
great
you've
gigs
gotten these
since.
other gigs,
Yeah.
which is, but that's what you should be doing
Yeah.
it for. I mean, I
Yeah.
tell, and I say this all the time. I do treat a lot of people, actors, reality TV people, like a lot of my patients, and they always say to me, Jen, why don't you go on a show? Why don't you do that? I said, because you know what? If I'm going to go on a show, I want it to be not negative. I want it to be fun loving. I don't want it to be where I'm going to be. Every day I come home and I feel bad about myself because I'm fighting
Well,
with
I would
somebody.
hope that you, my friend, would never feel bad about
Yeah.
yourself, no matter what asshole, said what or did what. I mean, I don't
thank
know
you.
that I ever felt bad about myself, but I felt anxious.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I felt exhausted and drained. I mean, having said that, if they asked me to do it again, I would. It was like the most, transformative experience.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not like that. I'm not a killer. I don't have that instinct.
Confrontational, yeah,
No.
like drama
No.
fueled.
I mean, if somebody, hits me, not physically, I'm going to hit back.
Right.
But I'm really not made of that. But I think I brought some other things to the show. I brought some levity to it. There's not that much funny.
But that's what I'm saying is
Right.
that I feel like
But you're
all
funny.
all these reality shows now, not just for Housewives, I'm saying it in general.
Yes.
They're all negative. Everything
Yes.
is negative. It's
Yes.
fighting. It's
Yes.
dark. So that to me, it's a lot. Like
Yes.
it's like, well, how can you retain all that without feeling
Yeah.
that darkness?
You're
you know?
signing up for like toxicity.
so sorry.
Listen, I talked to my
It's
shrink
hard.
about it for a long time before I said yes. And it was all about, and I don't want to bore you guys, this is a fun show, but it was all about like, my intentions, but also, I have always wanted to kind of be on stage. When I was younger, I went to high school. I went to performing arts high school. And when I graduated, no, in Texas. I actually grew up in Texas. So in Houston.
Okay.
So I went to performing arts high school. Then I went to college, graduated, and went immediately to New York, where I went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. So I always picture, but I was a horrible actress, the worst. So I really,
There's a lot of horrible actresses in
yes,
Hollywood.
very true.
There is.
And I was at
I'm
the
sure
time, but
you
I was
was-
also younger and insecure, and I don't know. But I always wanted to kind of be on stage and be funny and be entertaining, and nobody else was knocking at my door.
Yeah.
So when they did come knocking, I was like, this is something that I've, fantasized about. I am, at the time I was 53 years old, and I'm obsessed with everything Housewives.
You
I've
look
watched every
beautiful,
single one. Thank you.
by the way.
Well, I don't know if you know Dr. Samuel Risk.
Yes.
So
Yep.
he did
Look
my
amazing.
facelift. Yes, thank you. I think he did a good job
for you.
myself.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, thank you.
Gorgeous woman.
Well, I mean, we're going to have to talk later
Yes,
about
please.
the next steps.
Yes.
So, but you know, it's like my intentions were to go on there to like seize that kind of moment, right? To like, and then not go on there, like maybe go on there to bring the levity, which is always kind of what I want to do. And that was not always easy. That was harder than I expected, but I did get away with it, especially like the first season I was on. So, which was great. And again, I mean, I'm very grateful for it.
Yeah, I think if you're going on with intentionally to start a business, to use it as a launch
I
pad for
agree.
something else, fine.
Yeah.
But the to do it long term, people think they're gonna be these like millionaires, and like nobody gets that reality. How much money do you have to spend to
Right.
be
A
one of
lot.
the housewives?
Right.
A lot.
Because they,
Or any
they
show for
expect
that
a lot of you, don't they?
They don't tell you what to wear or who to do your glam,
Right.
but I can tell you that it is a small fortune.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I always worked when my kids were little part-time. I was in fashion. I was a recruiter. And then I stopped working.
And I love your style, by the way.
Thank you for
I
saying
really,
that.
no, I do. I love your style.
I love yours, and I
Thank you.
take that blazer right off your body if I didn't like you so much.
I might give it to you.
I love it.
Because I like you
Chanel.
so
She
much.
would
So
give it to you.
gorgeous. So I was always whatever in fashion, and I worked at that part time, but then stopped. And my husband is an attorney, and we do well. We're not billionaires, but he makes a good living, but it's nice that I brought in, even though it wasn't so much money, that I could pay for all those clothes and for the glam. And even now, like, the work that I'm doing, I never answered to anyone. It doesn't, like, his money was my money, whether he liked to think so or not. But it's still, there is a nice feeling about working. And,
Yes, there is.
There really is. There's
There really
something.
is.
And when I started my business as well, but I didn't make money at it. But still, just, having that autonomy is nice.
Right.
No, that's
Yeah,
great.
that's really important.
And look now, you took going on a show, and now you're doing something else with it.
Yeah.
You got other opportunities, which is what if with anybody doing a reality show. Let's be honest, like Rossella said, you want to do something. If you want to do it as a stepping stone to something else, because that's what makes sense. If you're looking to go
Yes.
and be do this for the rest of your life.
Listen to you guys, though. These women, nobody, if they were asked to do it for the rest of their lives, the answer would be yes. Nobody seems to want to not do it. Even after they are torn to shreds, humiliated, they go to jail and they want to come back.
Wow.
It's
Who
like
could that be?
It's like well, not just one. I mean, I'm not
there's a
talking
lot of
about.
them.
No, I know.
Listen,
I
they
know,
just did a
it's-
whole show about what happened. Well, there was something I just saw on the.
It's like,
what
what
his
is
name?
it? Like,
Dr.
at what cost? Like,
Yeah, I saw it too.
The doctor with the addiction guy, right? I saw
Yeah,
it. It came on. Thank you, Dr. Drew.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
something like that he
yes,
talked
yes,
about.
Yes, I saw it.
Right?
Yeah, but it's not just one person. I mean, it's not, and it's divorce, it's bankruptcy,
Yeah.
it's all of that exposed, and yet everybody wants to go back on. Listen, at some point after a few years, you start making real money.
Yeah.
I mean, real money. And so people don't want to give that up, but I don't think it's just the money. I think there was one point in my first season where I had like some kind of a fight with one of the cast, like it was filmed, and Nicole was actually there. Oh, she's gone now. But anyway, and after it was over, I like walked out to the drive with one of the producers. I'm like, I quit, not for me. Thank you anyway. It's been a pleasure. See ya. And he's like, why don't you tell me that tomorrow? He's like, just sit on that. And then he said to me, and also specifically after the show airs and your life really changes and you get a taste of this, why don't you come to me and quit then?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's true. It becomes kind of addictive. It's like, it's, and I don't want it to, because it's like really bad when your ego it's just, you don't want to have, like, you don't want to feed your ego. You want to be dignified, but it does do that. And there are times you just get off on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
must
try
be
not
really
to.
hard to stay humble. And
No,
to
I'm not.
stay-
I'm always no.
No, but for to stay centered. In that sense.
But it's like I do enjoy. Sometimes again. I mean, I always say my age because I am proud of it. But like I walk into some place sometimes, not everywhere, and sometimes like I'm 56 years old and people will come up to me smiling and I love you. Oh my God. It's so flattering. And it's just, I never, expected that. And to have my life look anything like that. I like talking. I like doing podcasts. I like meeting you guys. I mean, it's good. There's bad, but there's a lot of good.
Yeah.
And I think you should do it.
Maybe.
Jen.
Maybe.
I think you would be amazing. And I think that if you have perspective and you're grounded and you go in, you know what you're getting into, but also I can only tell you that it's done like really wonderful things for me.
Well, you know what it is? This is my thing. I say to myself, I am not going to do something that's going to hurt my business and make me look foolish because I built that business, a multi-million-dollar business on my own, killed myself. I dragged myself out of the depths of hell with a husband in jail and losing everything, lying on my kitchen floor going, what the hell am I going to do? Should I just kill myself because my kids are better off without me?
Jen, I got to listen to more of your podcasts.
Yeah. So
can we make it? I just want to talk about this now. It's a shit about Housewives.
Yeah.
Really?
So, yeah. And I said, you know what? I'm going to dust myself off, pick myself up, and, $300,000 in debt, $2 million restitution, almost losing everything. And I said, you know what? I got to do something. And I did. And I said, I'm with borrowed money and I started my business.
Jen,
and that's what I did. Am I going to do something to jeopardize
you
that?
wouldn't jeopardize. I don't.
I would never.
I
What do
feel
I
like
know?
you're
But I
that
know,
kind of person that could happen to you 6 times and you'll get out of it every time.
But
you'll come back every time.
Like if you think about the people that are already successful and already have, I don't know that it affects their business, but wait, listen, what do I know? I just, I don't see that for you, but it also is really fun and it's such an adventure, It is.
I'm sure it can be fun, you did fashion shows and parties.
Well, if I was a co-star with you, I'd love to be on with you. I love to hang out with you.
Cool.
I could use you both.
I'm good.
Here you go. What about you?
I'm not married.
I'm
So-
good.
That doesn't count anymore.
I guess, they always have one, single one, right?
Have you ever?
I've been married.
No, not even asking that. But have you ever auditioned? Has anybody ever called you for it?
No, I mean, I don't know that I'm a housewife.
Well, you don't know that you're not.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh my God, that's what I need.
I also
The
don't
two
have a
of
house.
you.
Yeah.
I also rent.
need some-
I have an
you need some-
apartment. I don't
What?
actually have a house. I'm not a
doesn't mean
wife. I
anything.
have no house.
Anything.
I don't know
Doesn't
that.
mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything anymore.
How would we do that? Would
Come
we
on.
just,
Why, everything on social media is true?
I'm going to go to Jen's house. Be like, hello, I live here. These are my cats.
It's not like that anymore.
No.
A lot of these housewives are not actual housewives.
You can be broke and single?
Yes. That's how
So we have
Bethany
broke
then I'm
Let's do a
hired.
no show.
That's how Bethany started.
Has-beens.
And by the way, that's what's
Broke,
interesting.
single, divorcees?
In my humble opinion, that's what's interesting. I don't give a shit at this point about.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't give a shit. Depends on every person. But like, I don't want to see someone housewifing necessarily. I want to see women that are like
You want to see
on the
strong,
move.
independent
Yeah.
women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's you, Jen. You emulate like you're a strong woman. Like you do.
I am. And listen, I've been through it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's like maybe we'll do that on a different episode.
Yes.
I've been through it. So a lot of difficulty, but who hasn't? I mean,
Right.
Everybody
got a story.
has.
Yeah,
Everybody's got a
their
story.
shit, right.
It's and life. Listen.
I say that to my kids like all the time. My daughter has type 1 diabetes, which
How old
is
are they?
very different from type 2 diabetes.
Yes, it
it's
is.
different, and it's, in my opinion, it's way rougher. Like she can never get rid of
100%.
it. It's not about gaining weight. It's not about
not
the way she was. It's
lifestyle,
not about any
eating,
of that. It's genetic and it's an autoimmune and it's chronic. She got it when she was 12, and it's the kind of thing where every single day you have to not only be aware of it, but you have to take care of it. And it can affect, she's had more than one seizure. It's a big deal. But I always say to her name is Rachel, she's about to be 23, and she got it when she was 12. I'm like, Rach, no one gets away, honey. And I would take it for you. But the truth is, and she has friends that have stuff that's more difficult and health issues, and kids get whatever diseases, or they go through heartache, or they go through, and everybody gets, their fair share. And the truth is she can manage it. So we try to look at the upside.
The positive.
And she's a very strong young woman because of it.
Well, she's got a mother like you. So I wouldn't expect anything else.
Thank you.
It's never
wouldn't.
easy to see
Thank
your
you.
kids struggle with
No,
anything.
it's gonna be
No,
hard.
it is definitely, and not just her. I mean, I have a son and a daughter, and they both have gone through shit. And of course, and because every kid has.
How old's your
Right.
son?
My son's 25. In a week, he's 24.
I have a 25-year-old too.
You do?
I have a 33, 25, and 20.
How is that possible? 33.
33.
You
She's
start
getting
young,
married.
lady.
Yeah, 20.
She got married?
She's getting married.
Oh, congratulations.
And actually in Jersey, in the Palace of Somerset. Yeah.
Congratulations.
So I'm excited.
Yeah.
I
End of the year.
might be, well, I've been looking for houses in Jersey, actually, because my brothers live there, and they're like, come on, Jen, you got to get out. It's time for you to get out of Queens. I'm like, I love Howard Beach. I love my neighborhood, but yeah, it's...
I mean, I'm
know,
a Jersey
Jersey's
fan.
calling.
I know. You know what it is?
am.
I want to give my kid. I feel I'm starting to see like things are changing, and it's like I want them to still have that neighborhood feeling, but this kids get into bad stuff. So I'm thinking like maybe it's a bad time to go to
I
the
can hear you.
suburbs.
Yeah, no, I
Go
can
to the
totally
burbs.
hear you.
You know,
Listen,
and I
I
want
get in
my
trouble in the
grandkids-
burbs too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I feel very lucky that my kids haven't gotten into trouble, but again, it doesn't mean they haven't been through shit.
Yeah.
You know?
But there's a lot more access in Brooklyn and
Yeah,
Queens, it's like, and the kids, I want to see them maybe there. That's
Yeah.
why I'm trying to like, let's go.
Yeah.
Well, we
Well,
can't.
you give me a call.
I will.
I got some suggestions.
I will.
Okay.
I will definitely. Tell us now, what are you doing while I know you're doing a podcast? Tell us about
Yeah.
the podcast you're doing.
So I've got 2 podcasts, and the first one is with, you guys know Jackie Goldschneider. Mm-hmm. So Jackie, this is going back probably now 2 years. She had an idea for a podcast, and she was pitching it to iHeart, and she asked me to come on board, and it was going to be about women of a certain age like us, because she's 47, I'm 56, but like that is an interesting span, right?
Yes.
It's not, neither one of us are young. Well, I'm maybe a little old, but not old. And so like what happens and what are the struggles of women, for women, like 47 to 56, what's going on and what do you want and what do you not want? And like, so we started this podcast about that, really not about housewives. I did not want to do like another housewife podcast. And it's been amazing. It was renewed, and we work with iHeart, and they are the absolute best. And then I got a call from one of the execs who asked me if I'd be interested in doing this second podcast, which is called I Do Part 2. So it's about women that have gotten either divorced or maybe they've been widowed. It's not even just about that. It's about like a part 2, right? So like
Second stage of life,
Yes.
your next act, your
and
second
for
act.
me, they asked me because my husband and I were separated for a year and a half. We got back together, and I guess that's a little unusual, right? But like, how are things different then and now? And I kind of know what that process is like, even though we didn't end up divorced. So, it's such a great podcast, if I do say so myself. But I'm not the only one hosting it. So it's
Yeah.
hosted by like these people that I like have loved for so long. Like Jenny Garth is one of the hosts.
So that's fantastic.
I mean, and Amy Robach and TJ Holmes, you guys know them. They used to be on Good Morning America.
Yes.
And then
Yeah,
they had,
sure.
they had an affair, and then there was this whole scandal, and they were fired, and they've been through it. And I love them both. They're amazing.
You film it in the city or in Jersey?
You know what? We film it both, really. I go to the iHeart Studios. I was just there, recently interviewing, you guys know Ashley Darby she was on Potomac, and she was just
I don't
anyway.
watch that
know
one.
the name.
You
I know
watch-
the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous and adorable. But anyway, so both. I do it virtually, and then they actually flew me out to Napa. I was doing a couple there. So it's really, really fun. And then I have this gig with the American Dream, which is mall-like. They don't really like to call it a mall.
No, it's
in
an
Rutherford.
experience.
That's what they like to call it. It's an experience.
It's an experience.
Exactly. So it's like you can do, especially for kids, it's skiing and snowboarding and ice skating, and
It's amazing.
they've got like a podcast studio. I don't use that studio. They've got a podcast studio. They have they just opened this like cryogenics and like all these restaurants. But I work with the wing, it's called the Avenue. So it's the luxury wing. And I'm promoting right now, right? And they
love
called me
that,
up. I was
of
like,
course.
well, I ain't interested in the fucking ice rink.
I want to come shopping with you.
Please come shopping with me. I was not, I would love to have you. I would absolutely love to do like an event and have you guys, that would be amazing. But so it's just that luxury wing that I'm working with and trying to, because people don't know about it. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. It's the most amazing place, especially for me, that wing, right? It has like all of those luxury stores.
Yeah.
It has like a champagne and caviar restaurant.
I like it already.
And
me too.
carpaccios
Love
and
it.
it's like the biggest Gucci in the country and whatever. So
I got a $1,000 gift card burning a hole in my pocket.
I just want caviar.
yes,
the
me too.
caviar.
So am I. Exactly. So I'm working with them to raise awareness, and it's open on Sundays, which no other malls or stores in Bergen County, which is northern Jersey, they're not open on Sundays. There's blue laws. So anyway, so I'm doing that. That's been really fun. I get to do things like this, other people's podcasts, which is really fun.
And that's But look, see what you're expanded from the show.
I'm trying.
But that's great.
It was a launch pad for you.
It was a launch pad for you. You're one of the smart ones.
I can't see you being like one of the ones who just uses it really inappropriately and just goes buys diamonds and a bunch of stuff. And
no, that's not me. But if you really look now, because it's been on pause at what the rest of the cast is doing, they are movers and shakers.
Yeah.
These women that I work with are on the move. And
Dolores is doing a lot.
Oh my God, Dolores is.
Dolores.
That's
she's my heart.
No, me too.
I love her.
Me too.
You know, her niece worked for me for 10 years. That's how I met her.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Stefania. It's such a small world.
I know Stefania.
Yeah.
She works with animals.
Yep.
And I don't know her, I never met her, but Dolores put me in touch with her, right? She was in Miami?
Yep. She's moving back up.
I love her.
She's
what a doll.
She's a good kid.
And Dolores loves her.
She does. She adores her.
But a lot of they're all on the move. I mean, they're all busy. So I don't know about all of them, but I don't talk to all of them.
Yeah. Who do you talk to? Who's like your friends? Like that's Dolores.
Yes. Margaret.
Okay.
Jackie. Melissa Gorga.
She's doing my pride party. You got to come to my pride party.
I would love to come to your pride party.
Would you come to my pride party,
I will.
please? June 28th.
Yes.
I'm gonna text you and I'm gonna send you the invite. You got to come.
I would love to come.
I would love to have you.
Who am I leaving out? So Margaret, Melissa, Dolores. I'm definitely leaving someone out. Jackie. I don't talk to Teresa.
Okay.
Or Jen Aiden. Or
What
Rachel
about
Fuda.
Danielle?
Or Danielle. I don't talk. When I say I don't talk to them,
You're not close with them.
correct.
But they are younger. They're
younger. Rachel and Danielle are younger.
And Danielle told me to tell you hello. She's coming on my
she
podcast
did?
next week.
Really?
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
Danielle,
she's a good
you know
kid.
what? So her and I did not really get on during the filming, either season.
Mm-hmm.
I blame myself for it. I don't know what that was about. I think she reminded me of someone. I don't. There was something.
don't you hate that?
Yeah, and I think
I love you.
She said a couple things that maybe I was too sensitive
Mm-hmm.
about, like season 13, the first season, and that bugged me.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I look back at it, and I've gotten to know her better. Like Danielle is, any of these gigs that I've gotten, Danielle is the first person, and sometimes the only person
to come.
Well, not the only one, not to come, but to like pick up the phone and say, like, I was working with Page Six for a while. I had this gig with them, and Danielle, and again, we weren't close, but like she just shot me a text, like, I just want you to know, I think that's amazing that you're doing this. It was called Housewife Hot Takes, and she's like, and you're so good at it. It's really generous, especially because we weren't close.
Yeah, I think I've met her a few times, and she's always been, effusive and just nice.
Yes.
She's a sweet kid.
Even when you can't do anything for her.
Exactly.
And I think that's the biggest.
And she's a
judge of character.
hustler. Talk about a hustler. She is, and I respect that. Yeah. Beautiful family.
Yeah.
But
very
we
nice.
don't talk a lot at all. And I don't talk to Rachel, and I don't talk to Teresa, and I don't talk to Jen. So
I think it's maybe it's probably hard for Eric to even bring the show back, because if there's that kind of divide, how do you really do a show together? I mean, it's too toxic.
we never had anything. I don't have any kind of like ill wishes for any of these people. I never fought with Teresa. I never fought with Jen. There was stuff that happened at the end of the show that I found out, that everybody actually found out. And I was like, okay, this is getting to be too much for me. I don't want any part of this. But again, like, there's no, like, I fucking hate her. There's none of
No,
that.
you wish everybody well. This,
And they've been nice about me. I really don't. I don't have anything like the rest of them. They talk about each other and they shred each other. I got none of that.
Yeah.
I don't.
And you know what? To me, like things like that, I'm away. I'm like, I wish everybody happiness. I try to be nice until you do something to me,
and they haven't.
Then there's a problem.
Amen.
That's it. You're nice to me. I'm nice to you. I'm respectful. But once it's directed towards me, then you better run the other way.
Yeah,
that's it. Because the Brooklyn will come out of me very fast.
I feel the same way.
And that's it.
Yes.
And I don't, because there's no reason. There's no reason for it.
So I ain't no shrinking violet.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck
You're
back
coming
with you.
for her.
But they really didn't. So it was.
You know what? There's no reason to.
They find reasons. On these shows.
Well,
Producers
you know what?
find reasons. And
You know what? They probably didn't fuck with you because they know they couldn't fuck with you. So when people know that they can't fuck with somebody, they usually don't. That's what usually happens. They go after the people that they think they can or they think they can fuck with until they can't.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is. I mean, I think you're wonderful,
Yeah.
Jen. Oh my God.
Thank you,
Can you
Jen.
tell everybody where to find you and how they can, find you on social media and about your podcast?
Yes, you can find
Both
me
your
at
podcasts.
Jen Fessler, 2 N's, on Instagram. You could find me. I fucking wish I could TikTok, and I've been like,
You're the third person today who said that.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not great at it either.
You know what?
No.
It's really for kids. It's
I can't.
annoying.
I don't have it in me, and I feel stupid when I'm doing it.
Yeah,
and
me
like
too.
I don't. I always like talk for too long. Like, I can do it when my daughter says, like, do this, or when I have someone who knows what to do, or like you do like the fun little like imitate
Yeah.
something. But like, just to do it, like the women that just sit there and shoot shit and they're like talking about, I would think that you guys would be good at it. But so I don't really, you could find me on TikTok, I guess. You're not going to be that interested. It's not going to like make your day or anything. What else is there? What other social media? I'm not on Twitter. Not for me.
And you do podcasts with it.
And I do podcasts. So I do two Jersey Jays and I do part 2. So you can find me there. You can also, if you're interested in a pair of really beautiful high heels, I still do have the business. It's called F Major. Shop F like Frank Major.com. So yeah. So
Is that because you're a musician?
No, I'm not. I mean, I did the guitar. I was
So
like,
cute.
I wish I was still doing it. It's so fun, but I told you guys, we were talking earlier, like, I'm the person that, I don't say this in a bad way, it's just the truth. I'm a little bit of a quitter. Like, I'm a little bit of, I'm not trying to be like, I just am. Like, something will hold my attention, I'll get passionate about it, and then I'm like...
Then life gets in the way.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you know what? The next time when you come on the show, I want you to bring the guitar and I want
Fine.
you to sing us a song.
Fine.
Because I would love that.
I would too.
I would totally love that.
I would
that
too.
would make my entire day. That
that would
might
make your
actually
day,
make my
Jen,
entire year,
if that-
actually.
Done.
You know what? I'm so easy to make happy. Like, it's the little things in
She
life,
really
Jen.
is.
I'm
Really?
right. Everybody thinks like I'm so bougie that like I
Cats
need
and pudding make you happy.
cats and fucking pudding make me happy. Really, that's it. It's that.
Are those
it's
your
the-
two things? So that's the...
You know, and the whole reason I came up with this name is I was sitting on my sofa one night. My cat was on top of me, sitting on me, wouldn't get off of me. My boyfriend, I don't know what he is now anymore, fiance, whatever the fuck he is. He was making me pudding. He gives it to me off the stove with a spoon. I put a towel on me. I'm eating it right out of the pot, hot like an animal, and I'm going, what the fuck? I went from clubs and heels to cats and pudding.
I
then
love
went,
that.
Isn't that crazy? So then I said, this is a great name for a
So if
show.
you write a book, it'll be Clubs and Heels to Cats
Cats
and
and
Pudding.
pudding. Yep. That'll be my.
I think that's brilliant.
That might be my
New York Times
catchphrase.
bestseller.
Yeah. No, it's like perfect. And it's
Right?
very like you kind of get it.
Yeah.
You know,
Right?
like pudding. I mean, I would rather
right.
have like pudding is so like
I like a hot pudding off the
she
stove.
likes Mighty
I don't know. It's
Fine, I
something
guess.
crazy.
Mighty
It's a-
fine from the box.
I do right from the box.
I mean, I don't know. It's like I need something in it.
No,
it's the
I-
chew.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what the hell it is, but I love it.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I'm so glad you came on the show today, and I
that
can't wait
was
to have you back.
So funny because
again.
some podcasts it's just not easy.
Yeah.
No, they're always fun. I always enjoy doing them, but they don't always flow. Like, did we
Yeah.
just do? Is this over?
Yeah.
You got nothing
it's
else
over.
for me? What the fuck?
40
That was
minutes.
too
We were
easy.
minutes,
right?
Jeff's ready to kill us.
No, because it
wants
was
to kill us right
because
now.
it's fun. It was
Yeah,
like
he
you
did
guys.
this
It's
three
like going like
times.
this to me.
I didn't
like,
even
wrap it
notice
up.
this. I'm like, are we gonna have a drink? Something?
I'm gonna have a drink for you next time. Everybody, thank you for tuning
Thanks.
in.
Thank
have
you.
a great day.
Thanks, you guys.